Okay, so we're now ready to try and complete this mould. I just need to take the screws out of the blocks on the side, and really carefully I'm going to lift the top part of the mould. Now you can see on this that I have got my design for both of the different things here. Now I did say that you might have problems with the sand sticking to the edge of your MDF. Now if that happens, it really is not a problem, and you'll see why later. I still need to really remove this sand here, so I'm just going to try and blow that away. The next thing that I need to do is remove the pattern, like so. I'm just repairing any sections as I go along where it might crack. The other thing that you can do is where there might be an edge here, you can just curve the inside there so it's a little bit more rounded, and then I'm going to do the same on this side. Now that's really what should happen. So what I now need to do is just tap on the piece of wood like that to dislodge it. I can get a screw, put it into the hole, and I'm just going to move it in a circular pattern, and hopefully this one should work better, like so. So you can see I've got better results on this second one. You do need to be really careful with this because it is all very delicate. Okay, so try and keep everything as clean as you can. Now for this simpler mould, what we're going to do is we're going to create a runner using a tube, and all I'm going to do is in the lower section there, I'm just going to push this tube through. You need to do this carefully and slowly. As I do it, I use a twisting action. Now, when you're doing this in pairs, I would suggest you go with the person who's got the steadiest hand. So I'm now going to go on the second design. I'm using my left hand just to keep it nice and steady. I push it in the centre, and I'm just going to turn around. So what I need to do now is clean up any loose parts. So I'm just going to use my finger to clean that up. Don't worry too much about the shape. And I'm just going to blow it to remove any loose parts. So now what I'm ready to do is turn this back over. What we now need to do is create some areas where the aluminium is going to be poured. Stop. This is the final part of preparing your sand mould before we do the casting. I've just separated the two halves carefully, and what I'm going to do is using this little trowel or any other similar tool, I'm going to create almost like a pond. And into this pond we're going to pour the aluminium. Need to work quite carefully. Ideally it would be almost like a funnel shape. Now, we can also use our fingers to So you can see there now I'm starting to create this funnel. I'm going to use a little bit more sand to pack this area up here. Because what we're trying to do is encourage the molten aluminium to go down into the hole and into the mould. And just lift that up. So I'm now going to do the same on the other side. So I'm going to scrape this away to create my funnel. Get rid of the excess sand. Always try and keep this surface clean that you're working on. I'm just going to check underneath, see what it looks like. And you can see there I've got little bits of sand on, so I need to really remove those. So, ideally you wouldn't get into this situation. You want to try and keep it as clean as possible. So I've got a nice clean base. It's nice and clean at the top. I'm going to put the two halves of my mould together so that they line up. I'm going to get my screws and I'm going to place them back into the holes so that I know everything is in the correct place. Okay, we're now ready to do the casting.